Hello everyone, we're starting with 20 seconds of jump jacks. Elbows go wide, feet hop apart. This is your modification or the easiest variation, and you have the option of extending the arms up and over the head. You're halfway there. Moving into a lateral lunge, feet go wide. We'll do 6, 3 on the right and 3 on the left. Touch opposite hand to the inside of the opposite foot. Send the hips back, engage the belly. Think of crown of the head moving forward, so a long spine. Feel the stretch in the inner groin here. Pause, straighten one leg, and move into the other side. Feeling a big open inner thigh stretch, and then hamstring stretch. Deepen the inner thigh stretch. Send your hip to one heel and other side. One more time, each side, flexing the opposite foot. We pivot into a dragon push-up. 8 small pulses. Opening up the front of the right hip, bend the elbows as you exhale, push the floor away. Let your left knee drape open. Transition into the other side. Bend the elbows, bring the chest low. Keep the back leg straight, pressing the heel away from you. Step both feet forward, swing hops, 12. Reach the arms back behind you as you hinge forward at the hips. Small little hops moving towards the back and again to the front of the mat, or a little harder, see if you can travel the full distance of the mat. Just a few more here. Lateral lunges, 6 using your dumbbell, alternating between the right and the left side. Hold the dumbbell at your chest, hinge at the hips, bend one knee, and keep the opposite leg straight. Belly is active the entire time, chest is lifted. 3 more, 2, and last one. Side step lunge, 10 on one side. Holding the dumbbell with 2 hands, extend left leg to the left side of the mat, bending deep into the left knee, keeping the right leg straight the entire time. Option is to press at the top. Finding balance here can be a little tricky, but squeeze the inner thighs together and keep the core active. Option to single arm press, elbow locked out at the top, your bicep back by your ear, combining both movements for a harder variation. Step both feet wide, sumo squat pulses, 16 of them. Starting with your standard sumo squat, toes turn open, press the outside edges of the feet down. Option, alternate heel raise, small pulse, lifting and working the calf. Moving into the side lunge on your other side. Option, hold the dumbbell in both hands, utilizing a big powerful push with your right leg, activating the inner thighs to find balance at the top, with the option to now press overhead. Pressing with 2 hands is your modification, and you always have the option to press with 1 hand. Combining both movements for a harder variation. Let's do 4 more. Nice wide step, 3 more. Big powerful push, 2 more. And 1 more. Nice. Dumbbells move out of the way off the side of the mat. Fix your ponytail, and we move into a lateral placement. Find your sumo squat, hips back, forearms to the inside of your inner thighs. Transition the bell from one foot to the other, pivoting here, side to side, pressing the outside edges of the feet down. Just getting used to handling the bell and moving it from one foot to the other. One more each side. Belly is active the whole time. Row. Your left arm is on the bell, your left leg is back, right forearm on the right thigh. Belly is active. Step both feet together or further apart, modification to drop down to the knee. Handlebar of the bell to hip bone. Think about lifting into the chest. Keeping a broad, open heart, driving down with your right forearm. Hold it here, and we transition to the other side. Your right leg is back, right hand on the bell. Bring the bell to the hip bone. Press firmly down with the left forearm. Keep the chest open. Activating the core, squeeze through the belly. And last one. Deadlifts, 8 of them. Both hands on the handlebar. Bell starts behind the heels. You start with a flat back and a tight belly. You stand up, straighten the legs, and activate the quads. Press through the outside edges of the feet. Send the hips back as you hinge. Belly is tight. Last one. Deadlift to catch. Catch the bell on the side of the horns right under the chin. Bell goes back behind the heels and straight up under the chin at the top. 4 more. This is explosive. 3. Last 2. And 1. Bells come into your catch position for reverse lunge. 8. Stepping, alternate foot. Reverse lunge, stack the knee underneath the hip. Activate the inner thighs to keep you stable and balanced. Modification, use your dumbbell. 4 more. 3. 2. Last one. Dumbbell down off the mat, both hands into plank position. Step both feet back, shoulders over the hips. Rock heels to the right and rock heels to the left. Lowering the hips, keeping shoulders stacked over your wrists. Modification, both knees down, hips can rock side to side. Last one. Find center, push up. Bend the elbows, lower the chest, modified here on the knees, but option to press the heels back, engage the quads into a full push-up. Downward facing dog. Open the chest. Feel the stretch in the back of the legs. Tailbone to the sky, pedaling out the feet, rocking hips right and rocking hips left. Hip thrust. Bend both knees. Hop both feet outside the arms. Arms leave the ground. Repeat. Each time you hop forward, the momentum is going to lift your torso into a kettlebell position. 1 more. 2-handed press. Alternate arms. Starting with a modification, catching the bell in the opposite hand, pressing overhead with 2 hands. Head goes through the arms like looking through a window. Place the bell on the ground to switch hands to the other side, bending the knees slightly to assist with the press. Option, single arm, rack position, elbow down, exhale to press single arm overhead, bicep by the ear. Bell goes to the floor to switch and repeat just like this. Option, adding a clean in between. That's a small quarter swing from the rack position. Switching hands into the other side. You have 1 more on each side. Remember, lock out the elbow at the top and think about standing straight. Last one, and bells down. Let's take a quick recovery with 4 big breaths in sumo squat. Feet wide, toes turn out, hands pass through heart center as you lower. Inhale, arms reach, and exhale, deep squat. Inhale to lift, and exhale, lower. Last one, inhale, full breath, and exhale, lower. Nicely done. Forward fold. Both hands to the mat, pedal out the heels. Utilizing the handlebar of the kettlebell as an assistant, think tailbone to the sky and let your torso drape. Seated press, 8 total. Find any comfortable cross-legged position. Identify the top of the handlebar and grab the side of the horns. Insert your thumbs and palm the entire bell. Pressing both arms overhead, just like before, imagine your head is looking through a window. This will stack the kettlebell right over your shoulders. Modification is to use your dumbbell. Both hands on the dumbbell, pressing overhead for more manageable weight. Last 2, and 1. Hip raises. Come into a seated position with the bottom of the feet to the floor. Bring the kettlebell to the pelvic bone or utilize your dumbbell. Press hips by driving down through the heels and engaging the hamstrings. Hands stay on the bell for stability. Hips lift in line with knees and shoulders. On back press, 8 total. Palm the bell over the chest, never over your face or mouth. Press down firmly through the feet. Exhale to push. Last one. Bells come down off the side of the mat. 90-90 crunch, 8 total. Bring your fingertips to the back of your head. Elbows are bent at a 90-degree angle and legs stay bent at a 90-degree angle. Each exhale, press elbow against the knees, hold, pause, and then release. 4 more. Pausing at the top. 3 more. Exhale, belly to spine. 2 more. And on your last one, hold. Pause here for 3, 2, and 1. Release. Knee circles. Keep both knees together. Make small circles to the right side. Option to place both hands on top of the knees. And change directions, small circles on the other side, keeping both knees together, stacked over the hips. Place your hands under your thighs, round your spine, rock and roll, just 3 rolls until you can come up into a seated position. Side body stretch. Legs come wide. Inhale, reach the left arm up over your head, look under the armpit, and release to switch. Grow taller as you inhale, and exhale, lengthen the spine. One more time on the other side. Hamstring stretch. Your left knee and place your foot against your right inner thigh. Fold over your right leg, toes flex back towards your face, belly is active, small pulses here, nice and gentle. Seated spine twist. Bend your right knee, place your foot outside of your left thigh. Inhale, the left arm reaches to the sky, and exhale, twist. Hamstring stretch, other side. Extend your left leg forward, bring your right ankle to the inner groin, fold over your left thigh, toes flex back towards your face, small pulses, nice and gentle. Spine twist. Place your left foot outside of your right thigh. Inhale, reach the right arm up overhead. Twist. Exhale, belly pulls in tight. Eyes look back behind. We take one last breath together in a seated position. Inhale, arms reach, and exhale, hands come through heart center. Thank you for joining me today, and we'll see you soon.